Hello everyone and welcome to another stream from Vera. We have been building up, I think, to this moment a little bit in the showcase for the Tower at Carphin. And I think there's been some lore that we've released during last November's Extra Life live stream. We played through a portion, I believe, of this tower. And now we have an opportunity to take a look together, a little sneak peek, a small portion of this area and the lore behind it. And we're also going to take a focus with some of the developers that'll be joining us here in a second. I'll introduce them into the system of our story arcs and how that system works in reflecting the changes that players elicit from the world of Vera. So I want to introduce one of our senior designers, Scott. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing very good. Thank you for asking.
Welcome. Welcome to your design become reality.
Thank you.
Scott has been working on the narrative for this particular story arc that we're all going to see in a second, with his team, with whom we are joined by one of our designers, Amy. Amy, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good, Stephen.
Welcome. Is this your first time on the stream?
It is, yeah.
That is awesome. Amy is one of our incredibly talented designers who is helping create the narrative around Vera. And you guys may have played some of her quests in Alpha 1, actually. One in particular is I believe it was the Lost Pages and the that spider quest. Was that right, Amy? Were those yours?
Those were my quests, yeah. Thanks for remembering them.
I know, they're great.
Yeah, I'm super excited to join today.
We're very excited to have you. And then, in addition, we have what is soon becoming a regular on the streams, Mr. Jeremy, one of our senior designers. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Happy to show off Scott's masterpiece creation here.
Yeah.
Easy.
Story arc.
Oh my goodness.
Laying it on thick.
I know. Wow.
Love it.
Pretty exciting.
It is exciting. It is exciting.
I mean, I've always said that nodes is the new hotness that we've been showing, and story arcs are the new hotness we've been hiding.
Yes, agreed. Totally agree. So one of the first things that you guys are going to notice in this environment is that we have this perspective of the tower. And I think, Scott, do you want to talk a little bit about story arcs as a system?
Yeah, sure. So it's helpful, I think, to think about story arcs as kind of like a prepackaged tabletop campaign. They contain like all of the NPCs and quests and monsters, like all the things you need to make a cool fantasy story. They're not procedurally generated. We author them, we write all the dialogue, and we construct all the narrative beats and everything like that. But they will enter the world dynamically depending on the state that the world is currently in, how players have built up specific nodes, like what races control various nodes. We have plans to include lots of different things on top of that. But yeah, it's we don't have any quest hubs or anything like that in this game because players build up all the cities. So we had to get a system that kind of looks at what players are doing and can inject content into the world that makes sense for what they're doing.
So
I've always seen it as like the world decides in the state that it's in that we're gonna now play this module. We're gonna, because of the state of the nodes being in this way and certain races have this one, we're gonna play Curse of Strahd. We're gonna do Blood Still Do. We're gonna do those modules and things.
So one of the things that I find most unique about our story arc system is that they're intended to represent change within the story of what Vera is telling. And we don't just do that through these new quest logs and dialogue, but also by literally changing the environments and showing these active states that represent what is happening and what choices the players have made previously in the different chapters, perhaps, of other story arcs. Scott, I know that we have been working hard on this. Your team has been working particularly hard and with engineering to kind of stand this system up over the last several months. But you have the ability to push us into the next chapter manually, correct?
Yeah, normally this is a story that would require us to have built up some of the nodes in the area. Either you could just build up Miraleth directly to get access to where we're going, or any of the nodes in the Riverlands could have leveled up to a certain amount to have basically enabled the story to spawn. But I'll just turn this on for us now manually.
Let's see.
If that's good.
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Welcome
I pushed it. Takes a second, but it will kick on.
to the Tower of Carphin. And Houston.
There it goes.
Uh-oh. Ooh. Oh, things are getting red. The complete What is that?
The blood?
Is coming on.
Oh,
This
the
thing over
blood
here?
still due?
There it is. It's paying right now.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, when stories come online, they change a lot in the environment. They update what monsters are in the world. They create quest NPCs. As you can see, Orin, he's not normally here. We've moved him for the sake of this. And then yeah, new pathways can open up through the environment.
Is the bridge moving?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's nasty. What are the vines?
It's it's corruption. There's a very terrible curse is sort of remaining here after a sort of desperate spell was cast during the Harbinger apocalypse. You saw a bit of that spell being replayed at the top of the tower there. But when the ancients were advancing toward the Aelan capital, where Carphin is sort of strategically positioned between where the Harbinger comet landed and the Aelan capital, the mages here, and Carphin was known throughout the Aelan Empire for its magical prowess. The
Wow.
head mage here did a very desperate and dangerous spell to slow the ancients' advance, and
And
what
that
you're
was to
seeing
buy
now
the
is the
time
result.
for the capital of Ayla, where they were building one of the divine gateways.
Yeah.
Exactly, yes.
Divine
So
portal
they,
to open and people to get out.
right, they needed more time. They needed to make space for them. They did something pretty terrible to do that. It bought them the time, but as you can see, this once great city has suffered a great cost.
Wow, this is cool. I like the little jump puzzle. This is awesome.
This
What
bridge
is that?
isn't here all the time. The story arc helped this bridge form. This bridge might also appear if you've leveled up Miraleth enough to create kind of this pathway. Otherwise, there's other ways to get there, but more dangerous ways.
Is that a what is that down there?
That's a fiend golem, or a
Fiend golem,
flesh
yeah.
golem,
Ooh.
fiend version. Yeah.
Oh, I like how the light just lit up to showcase the body. That's crazy. That's super cool. And so now the the spawn tables around the city of Carphin have changed as a result of the story arc progression.
Right. So normally, when the city is not in its cursed state, you've got a whole subset of like constructs and various other like arcane things, like you saw the animated armors and stuff like that. While the
Defenses, yeah.
while the curse is in effect, we've got these watchholes, these seekers here, who they have their own sort of story and reason for being here while the curse is active.
Ultra seekers, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they've got their summoned watch wolves. watching their backs as they're doing what they're doing.
Wow. The environment team did an unbelievable job here.
They did a killer job on this.
Yeah, this
All of
this
them-
looks
the
so
whole
good.
team was full bore
I was
on
like-
this stuff.
It's a blood curse, and they really took that personally.
They said, "Oh, you want to see what corruption looks like?"
I know.
Well, talk to us a little bit about blood magic versus just normal corruption.
So yeah, blood magic is a sort of illegal kind of magic, and using it in any amounts creates a certain amount of corruption in the caster, and that corruption can bleed over into the environments and things that they draw essence from in order to cast those spells. This was a blood magic that obviously consumed a whole heck of a lot of it.
She wasn't intending for this kind of after effect.
No. Yeah, the major cast of this was not able to understand the scope of the destruction that would cause. But also in the final, the final days of, ancient Vera during the Harbinger Apocalypse, like
You didn't have a lot of time to research.
there was not a whole lot of deliberation. There wasn't a lot of like magical research and safety precautions that they could take. So yeah, it did its job, but
Yeah, it seemed to, like even if it delayed a lot of the progress they made towards the portal, it seemed like they really created a lot of destruction along the way.
Carphin itself has a lot of history built into the environment here too. You'll see lots of statues and stuff around that go into it.
It was one of the five main city-states, 5 primary city-states of the Aelan people. Then they would form into the Aelan Empire following the Great War of the Undying with King Atrax.
Right now, so many people are just like, oh my god, we're finally getting lore.
We could go all day on it if you want.
We could, yeah.
Well, we don't want to give it all away.
Well, the story is kind of told over the course of 4 phases, 4 chapters. Each chapter will update spawns, change the quest givers, change what quests are available, and that's across the server. It's not like your individual progress phases. That is, the actual quests themselves you can progress kind of at your own pace, but as long as it's within the window of that quest's phase being active.
I mean, who honestly has this much blood to spare? This is crazy. This is...
We're actually trying to figure out the science of, like, if you took an entire city's worth of people, how many cups of blood would you have?
Probably not very many.
Less than you think, but it wouldn't be as dramatic if we were super realistic with it.
Oh, it's magic.
Yeah, it's magic.
Blood is persistent and eternal.
Yeah.
Unless we can do something about this curse.
I don't know, Steven, if you stopped and talked to Orn and picked up that quest or not. But,
Oh no, I did not.
Oh, that's okay. I think you still have
How can I...
all the quests that were in there before.
Yeah, let me grab it. How do I open my journal again? What is that?
It's L.
L, that's right.
Yeah, L to open your journal.
Oh,
So if you
yeah,
look in
I
there-
got it. There we go.
Yeah, you can see there's other story arcs going on as well. The phase timers in there indicate how much real world time is available to like do the quests in that phase.
I see.
And what quests you do, or the quests that you do, like it's not just a matter of completing the laundry list of things that the NPC has you do, but you pick from a whole bunch of objectives, many of them optional, some of them, if not most of them, hidden when you first undertake the quest. So, go dig up a guide or blaze your own trail or whatever, but depending on which objectives you complete, those are the things that help the server aggregate what is going to happen in later phases of the story arc. And that's like across all of the players participating during that time frame, what objectives they decide to complete. That's what drives what happens in later.
Awesome.
What quests are available, what NPCs are pulling ahead of other NPCs in terms of their progress toward their goals.
And how you complete your quest matters.
Yes. yeah, with some objectives, being exclusive of one another. So helping one NPC will lock you out of helping a different NPC. So yeah, it's we whoa.
Oh no! Wow, I'm just taking in the sheer beauty, but also like a kind of gross beauty
Yes.
of this environment. It is so eerie.
I think even the corrupted trees, you can harvest them. You find some of them that you can harvest. You can chop them down.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're a little bit hard to spot though.
Well, also the I believe that as part of these environments changing, you're also activating rare resource spawners that might only occur during certain events.
Yeah, that's correct.
Definitely,
So yeah, like corrupted soul bloom, and that was one that Corey had just put in. All those things are only available during certain story arcs, and every story arc has its kind of special things that you want to try and take advantage of. And
that one
if they're in your
particular-
backyard, swing by and pick them up.
Yeah, for herbalism, for making certain potions. Sometimes you want to take advantage of the limited time you have during the story arcs to get some of these rare resources for crafting things. Certain poisons and potions from these limited corrupted spirit blooms, right?
Yep.
Sorry, I just disabled my my HUD right now. I want to, like, this area is just too crazy.
Huge tower.
It looks so good. Jeremy and Hal and Adam, I think, and who's all working on this? Jeremy.
Zach and Brandon and everybody. Scott.
Other Scott.
Yeah.
Not me.
Tristan's entire team.
Yeah, this is
working on this.
absolutely beautiful. And talk to me a little bit about the dungeon.
So the dungeon we're heading to right here, that's the Tower of Carphin. That is the mage university that, following the War of the Undying, the elves said, "Oh, these humans, there's something to them. Let's gift them the gift of magic and how. Let's show them the advanced stuff."
You can see some of that story reflected here on these murals.
Yeah.
Build them a
Ooh.
university.
Hold on, I grabbed some stuff.
And we can teach them the way we want to
HUD.
teach them. And the human said, "Yeah, show us." I think we ran by the deans, the first deans of the statues back here.
Oh yeah, we should go look at those.
I really love how some of the ornate detail in the buildings have so much symbolism attached to them. It really makes it feel like there's a kind of steep lore
Like if we go
behind
back
all
this
the
way to
environment.
Which way, over here?
go back this way to the statues we ran past.
Oh
Yeah. All the former headmasters.
Oh yeah, these are the
headmistresses
former
of the
deans,
university.
right?
Yeah.
So this one up front here, that's Tanfilaris Wren. He's the elf that came over from the elves and from the Pyrian elves at the time. And you can see he kind of built the tower for them. Started training the first students. And then one of the other towers is his best student, Aristod. We can point out his statue in a bit here. So he was the first human dean. And he's this one here. You can see him kind of with the book open. That was Aristod. So
Wow.
he's the first human one after Tanfilaris went back to the elves after a few decades. We've got Dean over here is the woman that's Jenica. And the interesting thing about her is that she never died. She was into teleportation, and that was her big area of expertise, and she just never came back. Hint, hint, hook.
No. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Then we have one of Lamont's Oren over here. That's Darren Lamont. He was a dean of the college.
He looks like the wise guy.
Mm-hmm.
Orin's family is quite they're quite central to the story here. There'll be lots of opportunities to learn lots of them in this story arc, actually.
That is awesome.
Yeah, and the final one there's Klon Xander. He was all into alchemy, so that was his area of expertise that he really.
Oh yeah.
So if you see a lot of maybe some potions in the game with a Klon or Xander's so and so, that's the guy.
What do we have here?
Just a very normal looking door, probably nothing terrible
Oh
in there.
no, I mean this mural.
Oh, the humans asking the Pyre for help with magic.
The
period.
periods. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Pyrian.
I
Very
got
cool.
him teaching.
The
There's
Pyrian teaching the
Ten
Kalar, or the alien at that point.
Yeah, the aliens.
And over here. Oh, the 5 moons.
The tower's construction and the 5
The
moons.
Phases of the moon. 3 moons.
The 3 phases. Or 5 phases.
Yeah.
Perfect. Very cool.
Got
And we also
symbol-
have the symbology for the
If
Kyrians
you notice
and the
on the
aliens.
doors, you have a lion head on one side representing humans and the griffin head on the other representing the elves.
Who are the guys pulling the doors open? Just a couple of guards.
Yeah.
What is this sandal? Oh my god. I'm sorry, that made me cough a storm. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. I love it. Alright, so what is our objective here? What are we looking for inside right now? Now this is just the entrance, the foyer of the tower of the university.
Yeah.
So
Which is
we're not
so
going to obviously
multi-level
take you
something.
through everything. A lot of it's still a work in progress. Always remember that this is a work in progress right now. This is part of the Alpha 2 experience. You'll be able to explore, delve into this dungeon. So, what are we going to see in here?
Even more corruption and blood.
More blood, for sure.
Ooh, I like the bell.
The gong is cool. Yeah, I guess it is a bell. Bowling.
Oh my god. Wow. This looks great. I love this interior. The lighting is so moody. Oh my god, this is like the supreme edgelord environment.
Take a look around at this. There's a treasure chest over there to get our loot
Kind of
from.
my style. So.
But after we look around before we get the treasure.
Even the gothic-esque lamp with the nasty, like, flesh environment. Oh god. Ah! We have some loot. Is this like a treasure chest?
That's a treasure chest.
Whoa!
Or not.
Oh, no, no, no. Not like that. Nuke it from orbit. Nuke it from orbit. Oh, thank you. Perfect.
Where'd it go?
Where did it go?
Behind us now.
Oh, come here. Oh my god, this thing is crazy. Look at it. These are just the entrance mobs?
It's just the entrance, yeah.
Oh no. Oh, no. This guy is nasty. Now these tend to do some nasty things when they die, right? I mean, this is basically like a, what is this, a hoarder?
It's a
AKA
hoarder.
mimic? No, I'm just kidding. This looks...
Baron Hoarder.
Get away from it! Get away! Run! Get back! Get back! Ah!
Get away!
No! You're pulling it into the party! Oh, that is nasty. This is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, they did an incredible job on this. It just looks so good.
Well, is there anything
It'd be
else?
great to explore that dungeon.
that you guys want to touch on from the story arc perspective? What kind of come
I guess there's one thing people might be curious about. I mentioned how you could do what you needed to do, as long as the phase, you can do any quests available in that phase while that phase is available. So what happens if you miss something? You go on vacation or whatever, and you can't log in during the week to participate in the quests that are going on in the phase of that story arc. For most story arcs, they do repeat after they complete. They'll go on a cooldown and they will repeat again. You'll have another opportunity to get involved with them the next time they come through. For our big major world-spanning story arcs that will sort of tell your server's your server's own story, those ones don't repeat. Those are sort of one and done, but you can replay them. There's a different system for replaying previous phases for the big main story arcs. However, decisions and objectives you make in those won't count toward your server's what's canonized for your server, which is our way of saying what decisions they make for the objectives and stuff that get completed.
And all this goes to really kind of creating that experience of player agency being being seen through world building and actually changing the locations, the environment, the story, and how it influences future arcs down that path for the world to kind of reflect it. It creates such a unique, I feel, environment between different servers and the histories that they create.
Exactly. I think Jeremy said it really well earlier when we were trying to help figure out the right words to describe these very complicated systems. When he said,
there's
"Go ahead,
Jeremy." There's a different in MMO. You have different philosophies on kind of storytelling. We're going to more old school, like the world has a story, and you're playing within the world story. And in our case, you're helping to guide that by the decisions that you make while doing your quests and the different players. If one goes one, if a bunch go one way and a few go the other way, that kind of canonizes down that way. More recent MMOs have just focused the story on the player and used instance and phasing to tell individual stories at different times and at different durations. We're more old school, saying the world is evolving. You participate in how the world story is going. More the how UO and EverQuest and
absolutely
those games.
Lineage
Did it? Lineage. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody is playing it in the same world, and the state
Correct.
of that world is something that everybody's building together.
All great games.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well,
go
ahead, Amy. Sorry, go no.
I was going to say that one of the major goals I feel like we have is to allow player decisions to have consequences and to have meaningful results from the decisions that they make. And so it seems like people can really create their own stories.
Absolutely. Phenomenal work, guys. Well, I want to thank you three for joining me to help kind of give players a little peek under the hood for the Tower of Carphin as I train your party. I apologize. And I cannot tell you how beautiful and unbelievable this area is. I mean, the artists are phenomenal. So
They did a killer job on this. So fun to go into.
With that being said, we're going to go run back to the stream. Super exciting stuff, and we will be back with you in just a moment. Thank you, guys.